If you're low on inventory, that doesn't mean you cannot sell anymore. In this video, I'm going to quickly tell you how you can set up pre-orders to keep cash flowing, your customers happy, and your business growing even when you're low on inventory. So why do I make this video? I see a lot of brand owners struggle with the fact that they don't have their items or their best sellers in stock anymore. Their container shipment comes in later than expected and they don't know what to do. They can do two things. You can stop selling these products and just put them out of stock. Or if you know the specific date that an item comes in, you can also start selling these items with a pre-order setup. So in this video, I'm going to tell you all about that. I'm going to tell you why it works, what kind of results we have seen, how you need to set it up in the best way possible. We have an amazing system for this, how you need to organize your backend, clear communication, and also a lot of other things you need to keep in mind when you want to do this. You can start selling products even when you're low on inventory. And this is a big game changer because in the past, we have just killed all the ads when a product was out of stock. But now, if we know the specific dates an order comes in, we set up these kinds of pre-orders with our clients. So we can actually keep advertising them. And this has a few beneficial things because, and that's also the first point in my screen, is that you can keep selling products even when you're out of stock. So you have your cash flow and you can cover costs, production costs, or any other costs as well. It's also a win-win situation because you can sell your products. You have your cash flow then because people pay in advance in order to be assured of their item coming to them. Then you have your customers happy because they are ensured that in the next shipment they will receive their item because they already purchased it, they already paid for it. So you have your cash flow, your customers happy, and besides that, your customer is also not going to any competitors because they already purchased this item if you have a good and unique product. So the results what we have seen is that pre-orders sometimes lead to even higher conversion rates and higher performance in terms of ads. So we sometimes have a higher ROAS on pre-orders than we have when a product is actually in stock. So yeah, that demonstrates that people are willing to wait on their item if they see the value. So now how can you actually set this up in the best way possible? We have learned that if you implement an extra like layout or theme onto your Shopify product page, you can actually start selling with pre-orders like never before. So in this video, I'm going to reveal all the secrets, how we set this up and what works amazingly well. And I've put this in this Canva template here. So this is basically an overview of how we implement this on the product page. You can do this by coding. We did this with coding for some of our clients. I don't think there's any app for it. So you can ask your developer or you can ask someone on Fiverr to implement this. And it actually shows you how we do it. Quickly gonna walk you through it. Pre-order now to get the next available items. Delivery date, we have only one option available. So you're like funneling the customer to only select one option. In the past, so for example, we are now the 29th of November. So you want one date in the past that has already been sold out. So you create the urgency and you create that people already bought the items. Then you want to have in the near future, and that's the date where you actually gonna ship the items. So that's what I've first said in the video. If you actually know when the items are coming in, you want to make sure that you communicate that date in your or on your product page. So in this case, it's the 1st of December. Today we're the 29th of or the 19th of November. So that's actually about 1.5 to 2 weeks. Then you can implement this structure right here. So you say that 93% is already sold out. So you create the urgency that also for this pre-order, people ordered a lot of items and that has already been sold out. And then you have to put one other option here, which is also not available. And that's one in the further future. So the 1st of January, that's in like 6 or 7 weeks. And that one is not available and that is 0% sold because it is not available yet. So now you create the urgency, this specific date right here, and you also show the people that in the previous pre-order, everything was sold out. And also that now 93% of all the products are already sold out. So you create a lot of urgency and scarcity at the same time in order for people to actually order these kinds of products and actually pay for it and receive the orders later than next day or next week delivery. This works by far the best what we have seen, and you can implement this yourself. You need to keep in mind that you have to ensure you can handle pre-orders. You need to track them, you need to manage them. Yeah, you just need to have your backend in order when pre-orders are coming in, that you actually can ship them fast to customers in which you promised on your product page. Then clear communication is also key. Set up a strong email flow to keep customers informed. This is really, really important, because with pre-orders, of course, you maybe experience a bit more customer support. So you want to set up a strong email flow for these kinds of pre-orders, so you keep your clients up to date. You can play around with this. You can set up this yourself or with an email marketing agency, but you really want to be clear in communication. Also be upfront about the delivery date to avoid dissatisfaction. So you need to make sure that you have all the information with the pre-order. So in this case, we sure know that the delivery date is on December 1st. So you need to know that. What you can also do, if you not really know the expected delivery date, you can also do 2 dates, like delivered 1st December / the 5th of December. So you have some playroom with a few more days. You need to give a time frame in which people know that they can receive their order. That's about clear communication. Then you also want to offer some discount bonuses or early access to make the wait worthwhile. What I mean by this is, if you sell products with pre-order, you may want to have a small discount on it, or maybe you want to give something with that, so a small gift, for example, but you want to incentivize people even more to buy the pre-order because then they have more benefits than actually buying the product when it's in stock. And then you want to also, what I just showed you, keep the scarcity and urgency for the product on the product page. So you want to combine these three in order to make it a good pre-order setup. Then you have to consider the product and wait time. So the length and waiting period depends on your product type and customer expectations. So what we've seen is that the maximum amount of time that people want to wait and people are actually buying product in advance is about 4 weeks. That gives you a full month to actually keep selling the items that are not in stock anymore. So you can already see that it makes a huge difference, even when your conversion rates are higher and if your performance improves as well. Because that's what we have seen, is that sometimes if we set up pre-orders, that the improvement overall or that the overall performance does improve as well. But you have to keep that in mind. For some fashion items, maybe 2 times is the max. For some higher average order value products, you can postpone it to like 4 weeks. But that's something we have managed, and you can play around with that as well. I would highly suggest that you set up pre-orders if you don't know how to do that. If you want more information about how we actually scale D2C clients, you can click the link below, and hopefully I see you soon.